you're out there, you're riding, you're having a good time, and taking in the outdoors.
The fight isn't over. The fight is just beginning.
RacerRed channel. Up here riding some Cambridge. This trail, I say this every time that I come up here, but these trails make it seem like your suspension is off or your tires are weird. Just because of the rock being so slick, not necessarily slick, just loose and jagged, throws your bike all over the place. If you come here in the winter time or after it's rained, then the rock is slick on top of that. Then you're in for a really good time. If there are no forest fires up here though, or really anywhere for that matter around this area. This is some nice crisp and fresh air. It's definitely nice to have that every once in a while. In the summertime it's pretty hard to come by. You think you're gonna go up in the mountains and get some fresh air, but then you come up here and it's like just completely smoked out from California or the coast or wherever the fire's burning. A lot of times it's coming from here in Idaho. Lots of forest here to burn. And a lot of thunderstorms rolling through. bike. It's a 2018 Husqvarna TE250. It's been an absolutely amazing bike and really, really reliable. I've brutalized it and never have rebuilt it. I've never done rings or piston, nothing. I have the rebuild kit. I just haven't gotten around to it. So it is missing a lot of its bottom end horsepower. I was talking to a guy not too long ago that was telling me that he noticed blow by on his bike and a little bit of loss of power at about 60 hours. And this bike's got a lot of hours. I don't know how many because sometimes I run a front wheel on this that does not have the magnet on there, so I don't know why it doesn't have the magnet, but it doesn't, and it doesn't show the hours or anything, or the mileage. It may show the correct hours still, now that I'm thinking about that. But I think this bike has somewhere in the neighborhood of 250 or 300 hours. I should probably stop right there and make sure that my dad doesn't fall off a cliff trying to get up that rock. Well, I just attempted to fly my drone, but it required a software update, so that sucks. It would be really nice if they emailed you or something when that happens, because when we're flying these drones, a lot of times it's way out in the middle of nowhere. You're not going to want to do a software update. You don't have internet service. says Cuddy Point Lookout cache hidden 9/23/2009. Chris, Lori, Navy, Emily took a geocoin and left necklace.
And then they ran out of paper about
8/14/21.
Oh, well, that was just this year.
Well, they didn't quite run out. 9/22/21. I'm gonna put RacerRed. I don't know how this pencil holds up just sitting in here. So right now I'm in the process of kind of navigating my way back in here toward a cabin that I know about. Buck Park GS historical site, built in 1933 and restored in 1993. Yeah, I've noticed in my videos that the breathing noises are a little bit over amplified, so I'm gonna have to maybe rework my microphone, because for one, I want the audio to reflect what's actually happening, and like way too many noises going on in my helmet. Like, I can't hear any noises. And if I can't hear it, I don't think the audience should be able to hear it at all. So I know that when I'm watching videos, it kind of bothers me, so if I'm hearing a bunch of breathing. So generally I try to avoid that. But this is another really pretty trail. It's got that fall time look to it. All the leaves are falling. When you ride up here in this area, this Cambridge area, you always can climb an elevation right away. And you get up to the point where if it's not even that cold in the lower elevation where you parked, it's almost always freezing by the time you get to the end of your trail. Usually these trails intersect at the top of the mountains, and then you have the option to go off of that onto some adjacent trails. But up on top there are a lot of well, usually the intersections have some razor trails or some 4x4 trails. There are a lot of interesting things in this area to see. A lake, reservoir, there's a cabin, which I visited today. My camera was running out of battery juice, so I'm not sure I got a lot of that cabin, but there is a lot of that stuff up here to visit. And actually that cabin's one of my favorite spots now, because it's pretty handy. The weather actually held up better than I thought it was going to today. It's usually like starting to snow up here like midday. If you ride this area in October, usually you're running into some pretty crazy weather up on the ridges. But I don't know why that is. It just seems like there's always a storm that kind of blows in right when I get to the top of these ridges. But most of this soil is fairly dry still. It hasn't received too much rain or snow. But up on the ridges there is a little bit of just a dusting of snow, so. Give you guys a preview of my front tire. You can see it kind of looks flat down there. It flops around way too much. I've concluded that I need to replace it. it's just not staying put at all. As you can see, like when I turn it, the whole thing is folding. You guys can't really see it, I don't think, but it's not good. Just not staying put. That's why for the next tire change, I'm gonna make sure I use the right size tire with the right size bib. Even if I have to buy a new bib, I'm just gonna have to do it. So it's when you're out here, especially on these trails where it's unpredictable anyway, I can feel that front tire squishing around, and it's giving me a variable of about, I don't know, like 3 inches. It's not good. It's not good at all. I mean, even if it's not that much, even if it's 1 inch, it's not good. It's just giving me way too much of a varying use of the trail. So if I'm trying to stay on the right side of a single track, I want to stay there for a reason. And if this thing's making me kind of squish around like I have a flat tire, just gonna end up smacking me into a rock I don't want to smack into, or dropping the front end off of a single track, which is, I mean, it almost did it so many times today where it was kind of flopping around and kind of mushy, and it kind of veered toward the edge, and I had to like kind of force the front end over. Just, it feels weird. But man, this is warm right here. I mean, like I was saying earlier about this area, if you go down any of these trails, pretty much you're going to be climbing elevation, and you end up thousands of feet higher than you started out. So you definitely got to dress for this. This is my main recommendation for this area. Be prepared for jagged, moving rocks on the trail, and make sure to wear really warm clothing, because conditions will definitely change, especially if you're riding in the fall or the springtime here. Anyways, guys, I'm heading back to the truck. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.